AI is totally destroying art. Like, I was out of curiosity, I started using it. The more I tried to explore and use it, I realized what kind of a scam these people are running.
If only AI can do all my household chores, I will be able to do more art. But it's the other way around.
Do you think AP Dillon songs can be generated by AI easily?
Yeah. Yeah, very easy. I mean, that's what AI is great at, doing very generic stuff.
YouTube channel which is like completely AI generated and has most number of subscribers right now.
AI is creating more and more noise.
Create a song, sing a song for AI. So hi Vasu and hi Joel, thank you so much for coming to What's the Point. And this is one of my most interesting.
But please tell me before we start, what's the point in doing this?
This is what's the point of making music in the era of AI, while everyone is able to make music on AI generated. I won't take the name of the platforms, obviously.
So for us, it was like many a times when we used to jam, or even now, we just take like random words from newspaper or some magazine and stuff like that. Like just take one sentence, and each might be not be related at all, totally unrelated. So you can jam on anything. So for us, it was just like that.
Has the thought process changed because of ChatGPT or anything when it comes to
No.
starting?
For us, it has not really changed actually. So once we started using it, we were also like, oh, this is so easy. But then once you get the taste of it, I mean, I'm more, I would say, like from the artist perspective, the pure artistic perspective, it is, after a while you get bored of it. It's like so easy. Then what's the point of me being here? Like what's the point?
Yeah.
Right? So then I said, okay, this is not exciting anymore. Once you use it, it's fine. After that, you lose the interest.
But Joel uses AI a lot. I would think he was talking about using some platforms.
I mean, I don't use it in my own work. I've heard a lot of tracks that was made using some of these AI platforms, and I was curious, how do they do this? The more I tried to explore and use it, I realized what kind of a scam these people are running.
In fact, the other day we were in Pondicherry, and we were at a restaurant, and Joel was saying all of these tracks that we are listening might be AI generated. And I was like, no man, why would they play something like this? But after a while, after being in the restaurant for like more than an hour, we were listening, most of the songs were sounding very similar. Or like it felt like it's the same song going again and again.
You're able to tell very easily now.
I think, I mean, someone who's used it will be
It's
able
getting
to
more
try.
and more difficult. But the point being, the songs that were playing for hours in a cafe could have been a real artist. We could have discovered somebody's real art in that space, and that is being occupied by some nonsense like this. And also, the songs were not even sounding nice.
Who would be getting paid for all these songs then?
Somebody who is doing it would be getting paid somewhere, and it's just unfair. Like, because there are people artists who have totally dedicated their life to perfecting this art. It's not like you go to an art school for 5 years and then you come off as an artist. It is not like that. Like, it takes decades and decades to actually learn each and everything and then come up with a song or come up with an album. It's a lot of hard work which is being just taken away from real artists by these platforms, and they don't even make good songs.
It's like many of our shows, no? Like when we tell, okay, for a 90-minute show we charge this much. Then they say, if you play 60 minutes, how much will it be? It's the same effort. It's not that we play 30 minutes, 60 minutes, 90 minutes. It's the same effort that goes into coming for a show, doing our sound check. Then it really doesn't make So what you are paying is not for that 30 minutes or 60 minutes. It's actually
Years of practice.
how am
experience.
how am I able to come and play that 30 minutes or even 15 minutes? What has gone behind that? That is what you are paying for. You're not just paying for that time.
I was trying to generate one song like on one of these platforms that you were talking about mixing Punjabi music with jazz music, and it generated something. Then I started trying again, like Punjabi with blues music, and it's the same thing again and again. There's nothing new. I mean, they just tweak it a little bit. The beats are the same. The beats per minute are the same. I think nothing changes.
The possibilities that way are endless.
Yeah.
But the intent is what that matters. Like, say for example, if you really wanted to do that kind of fusion in real life, you are not just coming up with a sound, you're also merging two different cultures. You're also telling a story. There is also, you never know, the merging of different cultures with so much of heritage. Jazz has its own heritage. Punjabi music has its own heritage. I mean, like when real artists come and do, that's whole different thing. The problem with these AI music platforms is they look at a given song as a product, whereas music is not a product. Music is a result of years and years of your accumulated experience, and then an artist expresses it in their own way.
What's the point of art in itself? One, yes, of course, to communicate, to entertain, to have fun, all of that is there. But art is the place where artists find their being, is to be centered in that process. It is, of course, we play a show because we want to showcase a song. But what we are evolving as people, as human beings, is in the process. It is the process of being. Like Hindustani music, for example, is Hindustani music is not made as a performative art. Whereas Carnatic music, on the other hand, is actually a very structured and a performative in that sense. Actually, I'm not saying this is black and white. I'm just saying majorly, because in, like, if you ask any Hindustani expert, they will say it takes them half an hour, 45 minutes, 1 hour to get into a rhythm in their performance. एक राग पे वो 1 घंटा, they are just, मतलब एक show, they take only 1 or 2 rags. They don't take like 100 different things and then make it, because they have to be in that whole note of each rag, and it is about experiencing, and that you are sharing with the audience. It is not, I am here to perform. I am experiencing this, so you see it. Like for example, yoga. Now it's like people make competition where it is also again like a performance. Yoga is supposed to be a inner growth and an experiential lifestyle for yourself, but now it has become something else. Similarly, this art is supposed to do something to you, and okay, we are, as performing artists, we are showcasing all of that, but not just that, not just the end product. It is the process. It is being in that note. It is to see if I'm singing one word, like for example, if I'm singing pyasi, am I feeling that thirst? Am I feeling that bhava of that word? That is where art is very important for the human growth and human evolution, and not just to come and finish a product.
Being the devil's advocate a little bit, the people who are creating these AI tools, they're saying ki we are democratizing music to everyone. Now everyone can be an artist. That is how they're selling it. And even the audience who are like, now I know the type of music that I like, I'll just generate that type of music. I can go to the gym, I'll listen to this music. So they are not maybe exploring anything. I mean, I would like to know your take.
Here's the thing: having explored some of these platforms, if you like, even if you have to make something original sounding, or at least close to original sounding, you really need to know a lot about music to be able to prompt it right and get the things right. And for that, your ears need to be developed to be able to recognize some of the weird artifacts that this thing does. Now, this in itself is what do you call it? Is ironic, because if I had that kind of ear and that kind of experience, I might as well do it on a DAW or something. See, I use a lot of technology in my music. So, for example, now you're sitting on a drum kit. Somewhere in the 80s and 90s, Japanese brands came up with the drum machine. Drum machine also, drummers, you might, you might have thought that, okay, it will replace the real drums. No, it has not. It is a tool in which you still have to give inputs and create interesting patterns, and it has its own sound. Whereas these AI platforms are not like that. I mean, it's so random because, like I said, you cannot do anything with intent. You actually prompt something and take what it gives you. That means you can, of course, make a song, but you will still not be an artist. You're still getting somebody else. It's like I'll go to the hotel and then I'll order fried rice. Then I'll say, oh, this is my fried rice. I made it. It's like that. It's exactly like that. You can't really claim it. Even though the reason why I say it's a scam is because these platforms tell you that this song belongs to you. They tell you this, and then you're buying it.
And even for if you are giving these prompts, we need to see where is this AI taking the source from.
Yeah.
And also, like, there are some of these platforms where you give your tune, okay, to say, okay, now you make a song, you make the arrangement, make an arrangement which is funk, Hindustani, blues combination. You will give the prompt. Where is it taking from? It is taking from whatever is available across the globe, right? So that means it is taking information from everywhere. It could be an information from your own song.
Exactly.
You never know.
It
like,
must be trained on Swarathma songs as well.
Yeah,
So,
if the prompt is like saying make something like Indian Ocean, so obviously it is taking something from there also. So it is taking things that are already existing. That is why even whatever human beings create, actually, it is because of our own influence of whatever we have seen, heard, sensed, dreamt, imagined. All of this is from whatever we have accumulated. But maybe there are claims, if you have made a tune, somebody will say, but this sounds like something else, and then they will say like that. But there is an effort to let that inspiration come through you, right? Is AI artificial inspiration? No, it is intelligence, right? Artificial intelligence. That means it is only using resources from somewhere and then just generating. It's just that it is very fast. There is no conscious, there is no subconscious, none of it. So we, like, the way I mostly work, like, if there is a client who gives a brief, I totally rely on my subconscious. I take all the information that they're giving, what we need to do and stuff like that. Then I let it, simmer for a while, and then after some time, I let it come through me. It's not like a forced thing. It's not giving prompts and immediately it will come.
So how is it when AI comes to music and this tech comes to music, basically? I think some 20-30 years ago when cameras were launched, I'm just trying to take the other side as well. So when cameras were launched, painters and artists were tricky about it. Like, now what will we do? Now who will buy our art? Now when it comes to generative AI, a lot of engineers are also worried that code is now being generated by AI. But the people who are selling it, they're calling it, now you can be 10x engineers. Now you're a 10x artist. So is it true, or is it now not new level field where people can generate now more?
I think it's not the same parallel. When I agree, when camera came into existence, a lot of painters and all of that were really pissed. But later, photography paved way for a different art form. Painting did not stop because of that. In fact, what do you call it? A birth of absurdism and a birth of very abstract art forms came into existence because, like, for example, realism, right? Like, if you want to paint what is in front of you, a camera can do it. So
Actually,
let's do something
now-
that a camera cannot do. That
now
kind of
for
stuff.
painting, the value has gone up even more than what it was before, because it is becoming rare. I mean, same happened with like Photoshop and stuff like that. When we
Exactly.
were learning, our seniors used to come and say, "Oh, what is this? You don't even know how to draw a straight line. Now you have a tool, you'll just draw it." So it didn't replace the artistic
Exactly.
expression of it. So that is still there. But here it is little different. It also stops you from using your own intelligence,
Yeah.
using your own creativity. It makes it even more easier. Like there are many posts and memes where it says that AI is, if only AI can do all my household chores, I will be able to do more art. But it's the other way around. It is making you do less art, and then you have to still do your chores.
I mean, yeah, that is one of the saddest part when it comes to. We thought that it would do laundry, it will take care of all the. But yeah,
So because of this, it has given rise to a lot of artists in speaking about music. Try out more absurd things. Like recently, there is this band that got very limelight. You know that Engine the Train.
Mhm.
There is this band which is like all across the internet now. I feel like it's a perfect example of absurdism, like of what they're doing with music. So essentially,
The two-piece.
it's a two-piece band.
Drummer
They're-
and bass.
Exactly, they are
Yeah.
dressed. They are dressed like two characters,
Yeah.
and they play microtonal music.
Yeah.
And
is
it's completely new.
math. Some
No, I mean
math.
it doesn't have a genre name yet.
Okay.
It's like that. Come on, do this. The AI cannot do all that. The thing is, it is only good at reproducing what already exists and what is already very popular. You make it, tell it to make a song like The Weeknd or something. It will make 100 songs. Make a song like Drake. It will make 100 songs. But something new like that, it cannot. It can only reproduce when something already exists, which is made by humans.
there's one more band. I think we can beep out the sound name later. Trilok. They also they are completely AI generated.
It is horrible. I've heard them. It sounds like Agam. It's clearly trained on Agam. Sorry to say, it's also trained on Swarathma.
Okay.
Yeah, so I don't buy it.
But what is your
I
view?
hate it.
Like completely virtual artists, completely virtual bands in the future.
What's the point? I mean, they like. What do I really like? If I want to listen to a song like that, I would rather listen to Mother Jane or Agam that sound like that they are trained after, and there is no story at all to them. Like, what's the point?
No, I think for me, I am glad I have performing art as my way of
When
life.
you dance on stage, also that is one
Yeah,
of the best
so-
things.
Thankfully, I experienced that as a performing artist, and I have also seen people experiencing it. Like few days back, we were in Pondicherry. We had one of the best received show. Like half the audience were on stage. They were dancing with us. Kids were running
Yeah.
around the stage. Will AI might produce that song, but performing art, thankfully, is still not being replaced by AI, because performing arts requires you to have that presence. It is the presence at that moment. That's why even when we perform, I insist our audience to shoot very less videos. Just like 20-second, 30-second, you shoot for Instagram story, tag me also. But after that, you have to be there, because that moment will be gone. That moment to enjoy, that moment to soak in, that moment to cry with that song, moment to dance with that song will be gone. This moment, this life will be gone. If we are focusing more on something that will take away from our presence, it will be gone.
It's like that. So I don't call it a process. I do not call it a process. So I can show you. Like
Like how we call vibe coding now.
I think coding is different. I think so. I don't think we can draw parallels from the two,
Yeah,
because
it can definitely generate numbers. It can do more for sure. But is it satisfying?
yeah, coding has a different purpose altogether. Because I tried learning coding as well, and then I realized AI is like doing half the code. It's like, what am I doing? So you have a particular problem and you have a particular result to achieve, right? Here it is not like that. Music is not a result oriented game.
I think you were saying this earlier, right? It's becoming a product. They're making it
It
into a
is
product.
like they all these guys think like this is a product. So like prompting also has to be a little accurate. So I will say the tempo can be like say 120 BPM, high energy, uh, powerful rock guitars, and
Wow.
heavy
Hey,
drums.
what's the point should be like little more lo-fi, no? What's the point? Why are you
No, I'm-
doing high energy?
No, I mean, like, because it's a Indian folk rock anthem, like
Okay.
Swarathma style, because you have like
So
really powerful.
this prompting that you guys are discussing, I think people are now calling this art.
It is
I
not
hope
art.
that is what people are
I
saying.
mean, it's just a point of like, it's just a thing of describing something.
This prompting can be given by companies.
Yeah, so we got
From-
something. Let's see. Okay.
Oh, full audience sound. That voice sounds very some Dixit brothers.
There are problems. I'll point it out.
Legit, I want to see the chorus. No lyrics, huh?
No lyrics.
It's only musical. This sounds more Bollywood.
Yeah, this sounds very Bollywood. This sounds like Bollywood plus Poets of the Fall.
It got something, but this is not what I was expecting. This doesn't sound.
What is the
Folk.
second one?
Second one is another option. Let's see.
Again, audience. Same thing, little
It always gives two variations,
half time.
two options for you to choose from.
Same thing, half time. That's all.
Now, say for example, now I made this song. Can I upload this as it is? I cannot. Look at the quality; it is so bad. And this is like we are using the latest engine, by the way.
But I think that it's good for Bollywood and all.
Nothing, not even good for Bollywood. Probably those people will take this as an idea base and then get it produced.
Ah.
But then again, what's the point? Right?
No, you can use this to pitch, no? Sir, ऐसे एक गाना बनाएंगे. ऐसा बीट अच्छा लगे आपको.
Like, so you can, at best, it works as a reference to show somebody that we can do something like this. But I think we are now at this point talking at a very capitalistic side of music. But my perspective has always been about real artistic expression and the art side of music. All sorts of, now that you said Bollywood is like a good example of capitalism in music, right?
Yeah, it's factory. End of
Exactly.
the day.
Bollywood is a factory, so maybe for them it works.
In fact, to be very honest, even in most films, especially the mainstream film,
Yeah.
music is used as a tool to promote.
Exactly, and somebody else is producing it. Somebody else's name goes there.
Nowadays, many of the tracks that are there are like old tracks because I don't know, like are we like really like going end of creating new songs?
Even like if you look at Dhurandhar, all the music, they were old songs they created.
Songs they do
Licensed.
and people who don't know them, they are buying it because it's like naya hai kuch, because they have not heard what is the.
Do you
original.
like any specific Bollywood composer or artist?
I like quite a few of them. I like Amit Trivedi. Of course, grown up listening to Rahman. Much of his earlier works are like really brilliant in terms of arrangement, sound. He brought in a different sound, like a world music sound into the Indian film music.
Someone like singers, Atif Aslam, Arjit Singh, and all these people. Do you like follow them?
I don't. I mean, don't listen to much of it. Yeah, but I'm a fan of Kailash Kher for his voice texture and delivery and all of it because still feels very authentic and raw. I'm also a fan of Lucky Ali not just what he brought in films, but also in the indie music, in the indie pop time, because I felt it was whatever it was very authentic.
Do you guys like Punjabi music? Like not the old one, like the new one, like Punjabi rap.
I like some of AP Dillon's songs.
Okay.
Some of them.
Okay, they can be easily generated
I
by
mean,
AI.
overall, it's a fun.
Do you think AP Dillon songs can be generated by AI easily?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that's what AI is great at doing. Very generic stuff, like boilerplate, very generic like stuff. In fact, some of his songs are also royalty-free tracks that he
Yeah,
sings,
yeah,
right?
right. That is also.
So we even like this. Like this is very very generic. So nothing. My conclusion from this is like nothing actually new and innovative can come out of this. Is what I'm saying.
And one important thing now that we've generated 2 songs on this, the biggest part that comes to generative AI is the sustainability part. So I think by the time we have generated these 2 songs, we would have, I think, finished 1 bucket or more than that of water, fresh water, that is. So what is your take on that? I think Swarathma is now powering all of their concerts with solar power.
Not all of it. We did a sustainable tour last year. We did like 8-city tour to see if it is possible. So we figured it is possible. It's just that we need to create more of those solar power plants across cities so that we can take it from there. Otherwise, we're just traveling with the same battery on a truck, which again we are using diesel to run that truck. That is not sustainable. But the whole exercise was to see that it is possible. So from here we can definitely use, but it's going to take more time, more money also to generate that plants, like the solar plant. So for that, companies have to come together to say, okay, we will join hands to do that. So it is going to take time for it to be effective, but it is possible. That is there. But every time we use this, we don't know. Just because we are not seeing it happening right in front of us, we feel we don't know. I mean, it is doing good for me, it is saving my time, but what it is doing there, as long as it's not in front of my eyes, I'm fine with it. So we have to also be very conscious of what is it doing in terms of what are the repercussions of all of these. So it is definitely not sustainable, that we have seen. And there are places where wherever they have these plants to generate this, the groundwater is not even there. People are going without water around that place.
Yeah, those data centers like consume a lot of
And
resources.
now we're even increasing the investment in data centers in the country. Now India is going to go through it as well. I mean, that is increasing.
Yeah, I feel, I mean, my way of doing it is, the more these things come, I try to go more organic. I try to simplify. Like I said, nowadays I feel like even singing so many things is going to be a waste. Like I'm saying, even if you know that 4 songs, sing it even more deeper, sing it even more effective. In just like some days back, somebody was asking, don't you feel bored singing the same songs everywhere? I said, it is not about making more and more, but it's also about how deeper can you go into those songs. And like like in my collective, we sing many of the saint poets like Purandasa, Kanakadasa, Kabir, all of that. It's not about learning more and more and more songs or making more and more, but it's also like how deeper can you go into those songs, how deeper can you understand those words, the wisdom of those words, go deeper into the music. What is it doing to you? What is it doing to people around? That is where I feel, where I would like to go, than like wider but more.
Do you think AI, like its capability of having all these data sets and then generating, do you think it can help you in creating more folk songs and understanding more about the culture? Maybe.
See, folk songs by itself it means songs of the people. Folk means people. Like, why do we think I mean, whatever songs I'm doing now will become traditional folk many years later. when it goes from mouth to mouth, with earlier folk songs didn't have even any records because there was no other way of teaching. It was from mouth to mouth. Like, why would a Kabir go and sing in public? Why would a Purandasa go and sing? Because they didn't have any other medium. Now we have these mediums. In those, can we add value of what these saint poets have taught us? That's all is my thing. Use the medium, but can we add value to it? So maybe AI will help us spread wider, but can we bring in that depth through that? That will AI be able to generate? I don't know. Kabir was there, but will AI become Kabir? I don't know.
AI can do a lot of strides and stuff in the sciences and in other fields of technology, but I don't think it adds any value in arts.
I forgot to ask you about the sustainability part. I think you are also very passionate about it.
I mean, as much as I have understood about AI's energy consumption, right? So it is definitely taking a lot of resources. Like, firstly, like all of these credits we spend and all of these prompts, it is actually coming at a cost of somebody else's resources. And also, I don't think these people are still making any profit out of it. Like, money is like just circulating within the same 4 or 5 different entities. So I think I'm not the best person to like talk about the sustainability bit, but as far as I can tell, data centers are really causing a lot of harm to the environment because of the amount of sheer energy that they consume. So every prompt, of course, contributes to it. And if you encourage people to do nonsense like this, then
No, there are very big musicians who are actually supporting it. And why are they supporting it? Because they're getting paid by these companies. So even musicians have to be conscious of what they're promoting, why they're promoting. Again, it is a very capitalist way of looking at, okay, my profit, mera aa gaya, bas ho gaya. So that we have to be very conscious of not falling into that trap to see, okay, at the moment it is paying me. That's all we are concerned about. So I mean, even for example, even in our collective or with Swarathma, from the beginning we were very sure we want to create our own music. We never wanted to be a cover band because it's easier to be a cover band in that way, and also much easier to play more shows, and also if you're very good at it, you can also earn a lot compared to an original band. So we were very sure that we don't want to go into that path. So some level of integrity towards your music and what you want to do, that I think musicians have to develop that.
this is even worse. I mean, at least cover bands like invest, like practice, and then they
at least
perform, and they use their own creativity to reinterpret the songs.
you have
please
to at
don't
least
be an AI.
learn 4-5 chords to
Yeah.
play those songs. And in learning that presence, that of being centered comes through that. I'm not saying being a cover band is bad. It's just that we didn't want to be that. That's all. It's a choice that end of the day you make. So when musicians are making a choice to promote what you want, who is paying, whatever, all those things, and many a times, like whatever you create becomes again a resource for it to create more. For example, I have given a tune for AI to say, okay, now you generate music around this tune. Now the tune that you have given becomes a resource for someone else. Somebody else might use that tune to make something else. So you don't have a right in that sense.
That copyright thing is still, people are still discussing about it. Who should get the final ownership of it? So what can we as audience do, us as audience, when it comes to promoting bands like Swarathma and not going towards AI generated music?
I think develop taste. If people who have no taste will appreciate, wow, what is this? But then if you have some kind of inclination towards or appreciation towards real artists, real art, you should be able to tell what, like, okay, like the intent behind an artist, then you'll definitely not appreciate this.
It's like smaller things to bigger things, like like is carrying my water bottle everywhere, a pain. It's easier to go buy a water bottle and have clean water wherever you go. So it's some small choice like that to bigger things also. Will buying something, is it sustainable or not? How in that, I'm not saying that you can't be without products. We all need all of it, but in those small things also, what is the effect that it is making? That's a choice that everybody has to make. So being artists, we also should be very careful of what we are promoting, how we are promoting. See, at end of the day, nobody will do something that is harmful to themselves. Like for example, I will use it to, let's say, how write a proposal for a project. Now a writer might feel threatened that I'm using that and he is not getting work. I might use it even to generate lyrics, but the lyrics is under threat. Somebody is doing it to generate music because it is not threatening his life. I am talking today because I feel threatened by it, though I am not threatened by it. But we are here because we feel it is coming into our industry. So, for example, graphic designers might feel like, oh, they're now using AI to generate posters. मतलब हमारा काम जा रहा है.
I mean, we also at AIM is using a lot of AI when it comes to graphic designing and everything, but we end up editing it, making it better.
2 days back, I saw one ad which is completely generated by AI.
Yeah.
And then I commented saying, actors pack up. So there are no actors. Even the director has not even gone to go and shoot. Why do people come hold a camera? Yeah, because it is being in that moment, to capture that moment, to see how is the light there, what is it doing. Then you study light, then you study, there is science behind that. So that is the moment we live for.
Yeah.
Then if you're sitting in one room and creating all of it, I don't know what it is doing to human race in general. So that whole aspect of art is now gone, and you're only just using resources to create something. And when you see it, you actually know. Say for example, common man will not even know whether it is AI generated or real. He might not know. It is getting there, it's getting
Yeah,
better and better. But when I see it, at least I know, because of the texture, because of the lighting. So that's what he was telling, to develop that taste,
Yeah.
to develop that taste, to know whether it is real
Also,
or not.
no, I think as a consumer of art, one need to be, like you said, needs to be aware. Like what today, attention is currency, right? Where you're putting your
I
attention.
was just coming to that as well because have you seen that YouTube channel which is like completely AI generated and has most number of subscribers right
Yeah, I
now?
mean-
Some Bandar Apna Dost, some YouTube channel is there.
But I've heard of similar channels.
So it's completely everything is AI generated. They generate a story. There's a monkey who's talking about something. And do you think that attention deficit that is also causing a little?
ऐसी मन की बात हम नहीं सुनते.
Okay. Do you think that is also causing something when it comes to AI generated music like that?
No, this is news for me, so I am उतना बहुत पहले.
The now the harsh reality is that this technology is there. It is making music, however bad or whatever it is. But my prediction is that real artists and the art scene will see a dramatic shift in the way we approach our own music. I think we will, like, a lot of artists are making music more human. Like recently, I listened to Justin Bieber's new song. That one is it almost sounds underproduced. Like it's so like Daisies is that song. It's like a lot of popular songs are now underproduced, in the sense it's like they use less instruments. They use like techniques that are they sound much more dirty. There's much more swing to the rhythm. Those kind of
Pushback towards AI, or is it like they're trying to sound?
I am assuming it is a pushback, because it's like it feels a lot more real and human. Like it almost sounds like a cassette demo. A
In
beautiful
fact,
song.
I am going back to basic things like
Yeah.
stitching, and then going back to drawing. Where I can use my hands, where it takes more time and not fast in that sense. I just 2 days back, actually, I wrote to one of my artist friends. They are saying, I want to go back to the printing technique. which is the graphic print
Hmm.
making technique, which takes more time. The like we have litho, lino, all of those techniques where it takes more time to make those things, and then you take the print. It's like it's an art by itself. So I would rather go back to something very basic like that than to go something which is very
So do you
fast.
think it affects human brain as well? Like instantly you type something, it generates something.
कहाँ है brain कहाँ है?
Yeah. I mean, like say for example, if I was not an artist, I generate a song, it kind of massages my ego and I start feeling like an artist. So, I mean,
I know people like that who generate and they're like happy. Now I can also.
yeah, exactly. So I mean, it kind of gives you a fake confidence of something that you don't know.
And what is your view on all these voice clones that are being built? Like I was looking at one of the YouTube songs. Like they were able to create a new Bollywood song in Mohammed Rafi's voice.
Yeah, that is like now you're getting into a ethical aspect
Exactly,
of
it's
it.
a lot of unethical stuff is happening, and it's again, like I told you, it is taking away from real artists. Like see, the whole scene is already very difficult. AI is creating more and more noise. Within the noise, real artists and real voices are
And
getting
actually,
buried
this
deep inside.
creating more fear. People are like copywriting their voice now.
Yes.
Like, otherwise, if you're using, why your voice is supposed to be something that's going to spread. I mean, of course, you have to protect because now people are misusing.
Yeah.
But that is what my idea is, that there should be no compounds for houses. There should be no boundaries of, people can be free to go be however. But we are becoming more and more and more and more, scared, more and more protective of what is mine kind of space, because some powers are trying to take what you thought is yours. But whereas, like what Kabir says, nothing is yours. What you think as you is not even you. Well, like he says that even this form that you are in is only temporary.
I showed this voice cloning thing to my dad as well, and he's a very big Mohammed Rafi, Kishore Kumar fan. And I showed him some new Bollywood song that was originally by Ajit Singh. So his reaction was very interesting. He was also very excited. Now I'll be able to listen to Mohammed Rafi's songs, like new songs. At the same time, he was also very sad that they're ruining the legacy.
True, totally. Like the whole art of listening to music has changed now, and slowly somewhere it is going back to vinyl listening now. Like we all know, like you go to any metro train, 90 people out of 100 are plugged in, and nobody is listening to like an album anymore.
We can go to the rapid fire directly, I think now. Okay, so दोनों से आप लोग से I'll say one sentence on one word. You just have to react. So, what are your thoughts on Taylor Swift?
Tailor made.
I am not a fan, but which is that album, man? Folklore was a nice album.
Okay, that was.
Oh, of course, the shows are amazing.
Oh, I haven't watched. I'm not a Swiftie.
No, I've seen it online, but the shows, the way they curate it, it's brilliant. At least there are people dancing on floor.
Oh, yeah, she's a billionaire.
I think she was one of the reasons why the GDP of US also went up.
I'm
at
saying
one point.
even like on stage,
But
there
Trump
are
is balancing that now.
there are all these background dancers, no? So
Yeah,
there
yeah.
are like so many employment for them.
Okay, then Bollywood music.
I don't follow much.
Okay, let it be. Okay. So, Bangalore music scene
I think Bangalore music is one of the most versatile.
compared to other states.
Many other places.
Yeah, a lot of new things are happening in Bangalore, at least in my knowledge. However, underground, new stuff is always happening in Bangalore. With all the new songs, new singer-songwriters, artists that I meet, everybody is doing something really new.
And what is your favorite band? One Western band and one Indian band, apart from Swarathma.
Yeah, one band that is really like changed my thing was, of course, Pink Floyd and Indian band Indian Ocean,
On
who are
that.
still a band, still who've been there for like decades now.
My thing, like favorite bands keep changing, but yeah, my current international favorite band probably is Thundercat. He's like Thundercat. Then Indian band, I like Peter Cat. Peter Cat recording.
Thundercat and Peter Cat.
Yeah, actually, both have cat in it.
You got cat.
Would you listen to Punjabi rap music or AI generated music?
I would rather listen to Punjabi hip hop.
rap. Yeah, yeah. At least there are some human.
Good stuff is happening there.
Any recent most favorite movie?
Last night I watched one film called Influencer. It's about social influencer, and
I mean, I can't remember the last time I watched a movie, so
Also, this one is for Vasu specifically. Any Bollywood movie soundtrack that you would want to recreate?
any Bollywood soundtrack.
Maybe you can do it
Very
better.
difficult. Huh?
Maybe you can do it
Oh,
better.
I can't say like that.
Ah,
But
okay.
yeah, but Dil Chahta is definitely something that I look. I mean, which was something fresh at that point in time, and I wouldn't say I'll do better, but yeah, something that I still.
Anything, Joel, you want to recreate?
I mean, I don't
Oh,
know.
even Rang De Basanti actually, amazing sound.
I don't do a lot of background. I think recreate. Nah, not a relevant question for me actually.
And what is your favorite soundtrack of any specific movie?
There's one song I really like from this film called Dead Man Walking. Nusrat Fateh Ali Khan has sung in that. जीना कैसा प्यार बिना इस दुनिया में आए हो तो एक दूजे से प्यार करो.
I like the Narcos title track.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Tuyo.
Gustavo is one of my favorite.
Oh no,
composers.
Gustavo Santaolalla is the composer of that series, but
Correct.
that song was sung by another artist called Amarante something.
Yeah.
But yeah,
But
Narcos
he's one of
title.
my favorites. And in India, Tajdar Junaid is someone I really admire.
Vasu and Joel, thank you so much for joining. And on that note, Vasu, if you can create us or maybe create a song, sing a song for AI, for specifically for AI.
Shall we use AI and burn some water? Screens glow brighter than the morning sun. Truth feels thinner. Now the code has won. Oh, screens glow brighter than the morning sun. Truth feels thinner. Now the code has won. Oh, every answer handed. No need to try. We lose a piece each time we realize. हमने एक दिमाग बनाया जो हमसे बड़ा हो गया. अब हम उसकी परछाई में अकेले रह गए. हमने एक दिमाग बनाया जो हमसे बड़ा हो गया. अब हम उसकी परछाई में अकेले रह गए.
Crazy. Lyrics were bad, but the song was nice.
Should we try one more?
We can try.
I think the chorus should be a little shorter.
No, it was nice.
Screens glow brighter than the morning sun. Truth feels We lose a piece each time we rely. हमने बनाया वो हमसे बड़ा, अब मैं उसकी छाया में खड़ा. हमने बनाया वो हमसे बड़ा, अब मैं उसकी छाया में खड़ा.
Crazy, nice. Okay, thank you, Vasu. Thank you, Joel. That was amazing.
Thank you.
And lovely
Thanks
talking to
for
you.
making us be part of this. What's the point in using AI?
Thank you so much for coming and using the word "what's the point" so many times. Okay.
Otherwise, what's the point?
Yeah.